Hey everybody, it's Grant here with Canada Brush Control, and we are actually getting ready to head out to another project. The last video, if you've been following the channel, that we left off at was the brush hogging video that we did over 5 acres. And if you saw that, you know that we were rushing to try and get done because there was a snowstorm coming. It's been a few days since we finished that project, and I took some time off to try and catch up on some admin work. And we also have the toy and food drive that is just over 2 weeks away, so I had to focus a bit on that. But we are out right now and we are going to get loaded to head over to the new project. So if you see, we got snow, and I also wanted there wasn't enough snow to plow the roads, so they just sanded them, so I gave it some time for the roads to thaw out again and the snow to melt. So first thing we're going to do is see if we can get this started. It's cold, it's been sitting here for about 2 weeks, and we'll get it started, we'll get the trailer hooked up, and we'll go from there. So here we go. Alright, she started. Alright, so we'll go get the trailer hooked up and go from there. Alright, well, we are at the destination, and it's quite fitting actually. If you guys have followed the channel, we started the season this year on this property. This is the quarry property. We've been here twice so far this year. The owner has asked us to come back because we're actually going to go up and clear a bunch more area that's out there for his cabin. So if you remember the driveway here, we worked on the driveway, we worked on the hill going up and going all the way up. So we are back. And I'm not sure if this is the last job for the season, but quite fitting considering it's the first job we started this season too. So Trisha's here, dressed like an Eskimo. And it's cold, and as you can see, it's snowing now, so winter is here. And we're going to try and get this offloaded and up the hill and to the job site. So here we go. So it's the next day, beautiful day outside. I know we're supposed to get some snow today, but we're here to get started. So I'm gonna put you on a tripod, and the goal is we're gonna go from this rock and we're gonna go about 100 feet directly in. And at least that way, if I can do that, I have my line of where I want to go, and then I can start working my way over to where it needs to be. Now, here is actually marsh, and I haven't checked it yet. When I was here about a week ago, it was completely swampy and wet. Now it's -4 out right now, Celsius, and everything's pretty good, but I don't know if it's completely frozen in there. Obviously not. I mean, it's still too early in the season, so we're probably going to have to use the trees as and make a pad to go on top of, and the typical swamp jobs like the beginning of the year. So like I said, everything's come full circle. I think this may be the last job of the season, and if it is, we've done a complete circle and come back to where we started for this year. So this is pretty cool. Anyways, I'm gonna put you guys on a tripod over here, and that way you can see as we start taking the stuff out. So here we go. right, well, we have got quite a ways in to the area. We still got a ways to go. We're not going to that spruce there. You can pretty much see it now, but we're going past it to another set of spruce trees. Before we do that though, it's been pretty good. There is a lot of boulders and rocks that seem to be keeping me afloat, which is a blessing in disguise. But what I want to do is I got to fuel up. Once I'm done fueling up, I think I want to start knocking some of this area out now. Start opening this up. It'll give me more area to put the brush and the trees. And the reason being is that I want to contain all the brush and trees more than likely over in this area. I gotta see when we reach to that area over there, but somewhere along the lines I might either do two different holes, maybe one on this side and one over there once we get it cleared, but I want to dig and bury most of this stuff so that way we can use the dirt to kind of push it back and get rid of some of this swampy area. Even though it has rocks, for the homeowner, when the spring comes, it is going to be extremely wet. So if I can raise it a bit, get some extra soil and push it over. There are a couple piles over there as well. He wants to use this as an archery area, and he wants to put a berm up against the end too. I don't know if we can do that yet. I got to see how it goes and where we go. So we got to go maybe 50-60 feet that way. I know he wants to go past the old brush pile over there, so I don't even know what that is, but we're gonna go past that and then in, and that's going to give me an idea basically of the clearing that's here and start working our way. You can see over there that we're almost to the dry area that I want to get at, but now we're keeping select trees too for him. This is a maple. I want to keep a couple. He liked the idea, so that way in the summertime he'll get some nice shade and it'll kind of look a little more landscaped. So we're keeping some select trees for him here, but as we get into there are some bigger trees, and some of them I would like to keep for him because obviously they're gonna look nicer, provide some more shelter and shade, and yeah. So I'm gonna get fueled up. Looks like you guys need a new battery. We'll get that done. It's getting a little cool, nice and warm in the cab. I gotta put my jacket on and get you guys set up, and we'll be over there. Alright, so I don't know how much you guys saw because I was kind of hiding behind this brush pile, but I figured that I was going to start digging and get rid of some of these piles. But there's a reason why this used to be a quarry, all this area here, and that is because of the heavy boulder content that's in the soil here. And I got down to maybe 3 feet and it didn't stop. It was just non-stop boulders, and it was just impossible to dig out. Take me forever. So I think tomorrow when I get here, we'll burn most of this and try and get rid of it as we clean up. The GoPro is actually yelling at me right now because the battery is pretty much dead. And this is the last battery. The cold is chewing them up pretty quick. So I'm gonna keep going, but I will see you guys tomorrow, which is seconds for you guys. So take care. Well, something big came through here. Looks like moose. Hopefully I don't walk into him. Yeah, it looks like hoof prints. Pretty fresh. Yeah, moose. Big guy too. All right, well, as you can see, a big difference from yesterday. We have, oh, I don't know, probably about 8 inches of snow. Came down last night. As you saw, we had fresh moose prints came through, moose tracks. They came through. Normally what they do is they come and they look for fresh foliage that comes down. Foliage. Anyways, so yeah, we're gonna see if we can get the excavator started. We finished off yesterday with we made a good dent and everything. I know the GoPro battery died, and I was just trying to finish up. So anyways, we got cleared out all there. Now we got to go in more into there. What I'd like to try and do, see if we can get a fire going too, and especially now with all the snow, perfect time. See if we can burn some of this out. Yeah, we got some dry stuff over there from the last time we were here at the beginning of the year. So we're gonna get the excavator started and get the day started. I spent some time over there and for about an hour and a bit, got a fire going. We cleaned up all the old brush from the previous clearing that we did, and the fire is starting to catch and do well. So once we do that, then we can actually start throwing this pile on as well. In the meantime, I am going to work my way over this way, and as you can see, we got a ton of water and stuff and swamp, so hopefully we get through. My experience yesterday was that there was quite a bit of rock underneath, especially when I tried to dig and everything like that. So it seems to be keeping me afloat, and the water just seems to be on top and a small layer on top of muck and crap. So hopefully that continues. We're not too far away from the higher ground that's over there. We're going to be through the marsh soon. Once we do that, it should be better. So yeah, let's work our way through. So I don't know how much you guys are actually seeing being in a static location. So I'm working my way in there. As you can see, I'm having a difficult time with all the boulders because the snow is masking them and I can't see them. So I kind of have to work my way into the forest, and I'm finding some higher ground. And then from there, I'm able to work, and I'm going to try and work my way backwards. So because of that, I know you guys probably aren't seeing a lot. So I'm going to put you in a cab on a time lapse because I am actually listening to something, to an audio program. So fire's finally kicked in, and yeah, put you in a time lapse in the cab. Here we go. right, it has been a few days since we were last here. We were here on Sunday. It's Wednesday now, and what a difference a few days makes. It's been snowing off and on for the last couple of days, so we got a bunch of new snow, and we are supposed to get a bunch today. So anyways, my immediate plan is to try and get this brush here cleaned up and try and get a fire going. We had a fire going when we were here on Sunday, but I knew I wasn't coming back the next day, so I couldn't make it big. So today I'll try and see how big we can get it and see if we can get most of this brush that's here burnt and cleaned up and out of the way. And when I left on Sunday, I actually got farther in there into the heavy denser forest and knocked down a bunch of trees. There's still, I would say, maybe 10 to 15 feet that way that we have to go in and to knock the rest of the bigger trees out. So we're going to tackle that today. The bigger trees, I'm thinking that we'll cut it and we'll put it off to the side for the customer. I'm thinking that we won't get everything obviously done today. I'm going to try and get what I can done and come back tomorrow for a little bit. And then starting tomorrow afternoon, we got to start prepping for the Santa Claus parade. So we got to build a float. Santa Claus parade is on Saturday night, and we have a few days to get creative and do something. I won't tell you what it is, but of course we'll do a video on it. So you'll probably see the video of the Santa Claus parade before you see this, because obviously we have to put that up with the time, and I don't think it'd be good to put Santa Claus parade up in the summer or spring. So anyways, if that's the case, look back in the channel, you'll see the Santa Claus parade there and what we've done. So anyways, we're gonna get started. We're gonna see if we can get the fire going, and then I'm gonna work my way back there. It is windy and blustery, and the snow is heavy at times, so it's gonna be an interesting day. So let's go. Well, I failed miserably on the fire today. Anyways, it wasn't, it didn't pick up, and then it eventually went out. I tried shifting it a bunch of times, and I ended up smothering it. So we'll come back tomorrow with that and get it going properly. I forgot stuff at home to do it, so I just tried to make do with what was here. Anyways, in the meantime, we cleaned out. This section here is done now for cleaning, and I've actually created myself a better access to the back than what was over there, where you guys saw we were going through swampy marsh back and forth, and of course the boulders that were hidden underneath. Makes it a little bit of a rough ride. So anyways, we are expecting some sort of blizzard this afternoon. So welcome to winter. Winter in northern Ontario. Anyways, I am going to at least get this squared off in the back and finish right here, get it squared off, and then that way I can figure out, there's, as you notice, there's a few select trees that I'm keeping just to give them something for appeal, a little bit of shade for the open area. Once we get this squared off, I'm going to figure out if I want to go a little bit further, because originally when I was here with the owner, that one spruce tree that we knocked down, that was, if you guys saw, it was basically sawdust. It was heavily infested with termites. Anyways, that was the original boundary. Then he pushed it further, and it was closer to those spruce trees back there. But I know he wanted 100 feet, and we're well over 100 feet from the clearing there, going all the way back to the corner. There is a spot over here too that I have to thin out to get the line perfect over there, but that is at the end. I'm still trying to figure out what we're going to do with all the branches, because technically it would probably be about 3 days of just straight burning, just trying to get rid of it all, and I don't have 3 days to do that. So we may have to put it off to the side like we normally do for them. I just offered to try and clean it up for them. So we'll maybe get some of this stuff burnt, and it'll lessen some of the piles that are there. If I can get this stuff here burnt up, I'd be happy, because the stuff back there is more hardwood and everything. We can cut that into 10-foot sections or something and stack them for them, and then just deal with a smaller amount of brush at the end and branches. Anyways, for now, I want to get this done tonight, get this squared off. That way it gives me a better idea of what we have. I'm also very happy because now we have a better access, so if we do get a foot of snow, a foot or two of snow, I'm able to get back there safely and continue working. Like I said, I will probably come here for a couple hours tomorrow, but as of tomorrow afternoon, it's plans and preparations for the Santa Claus parade, because there's actually a competition this year, so we got to come with some good game. So anyways, we'll be, like I said, we'll be filming that. You guys will see that way before you see this. So I've rambled enough. Let's get going. Here we go. Okay, I got about 10% left on my battery, so I'll make this quick. So we got the whole corner knocked out really nicely here. There's a little section here right about there that I have to clean up. We'll probably tackle that when I come in for a few hours tomorrow, but I think I'm good. I don't think I need to go the extra 10 feet or so. We'll probably square this off, knock all the small stuff here out, get to the big stuff. That way it's nice and straight. And yeah, it's coming along. We're about 85% done in the clearing process of it, and we got them some nice. There's some elm and there's some maple that I saved for them, so it should look pretty nice. And yeah, try and get some of that stuff burnt tomorrow. So that is it for me. It's getting dark. I'm still adjusting to this getting dark early stuff. But we are into December, so this is it's been going well. Somebody's texting me. Anyways, I am out for tonight. We are done. I got some stuff to go do, start making some plans for the float, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, well, it's been a few days since we've been here. We had the Christmas parade, which if you've been following the channel, that has already been up. After the Christmas parade, Michaela was sick, and I guess while we were putting together the float, she shared her cold, so I'm sick as well now. And we've since had 2 snowstorms, and we have it's actually pretty deep because that's already been compacted for me coming in here last week with the snow. So anyways, I also in haste today forgot the memory card for this. Luckily I had a spare small card, and I forgot the case for the GoPro, so we're gonna have to be extra careful. I'm gonna put you guys on a tripod so the GoPro doesn't move around at all, and we don't lose the battery or the GoPro. And basically there's a special case that goes on it to enclose it all, and I forgot that as well. So anyway, so the goal today is to get this brush burnt, and I actually brought some stuff that's left over from the float to start the fire. First thing I want to do is try and knock out a little bit of snow to give me some access to go back and forth to the truck, because it is actually pretty deep. It's about 1.5 feet deep. So if I can get some access to it and walk back and forth, get the plywood over there at the scrap wood and put it in, get it set up and get the fire going. It's actually a perfect day. It's mild today, and so everything is extra wet. Hopefully not the brush, but everything else is wet, so it'll be easier for the fire. Won't spread or anything like that. I mean, the odds of anything happening now is like slim because of all the snow. But anyways, so we're gonna get started on that. I'm gonna put you guys on a tripod and stay out of the way of the GoPro. So here we go. Well, I forgot the tripod too. Tripod's actually still sitting in the garage that we worked in. So the only thing I have left that I can use, because the box with all my other tripods and gimbals and everything is also in that garage still, which we are clearing out tonight, is I'm going to put you in the back of the truck. So I don't know how much we're going to catch. We're going to try it and see what happens. So yeah, that's pretty much the only place I can position you guys now. So we'll see what we can catch for today.